Welcome back to another episode of Dentside Depot. It is an early Thursday morning here today, and we are on our way to hopefully buy the absolute rarest F-150 that you can get, and that is a freewheeling F-150. Now, I don't know if this truck is a freewheeling F-150, but I think it is based on the fact that it has yellow wagon wheels, black low mount western mirrors, and a couple other things like having the PA4 trim code, which typically indicates you have a freewheeler or an Indianapolis 500 truck. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here today, and we'll see what happens, but I'm on my way right now to go and get the truck, and stay tuned, let's see what we get.
I bought 3 trucks from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went and picked this up, this guy had this, his father bought this truck brand new.
Really?
Yeah, and he used to bring it to truck shows, and I was like, I remember being a little kid getting in the back of that truck.
Really?
Yeah,
so
cool.
So it's a one-owner truck?
Well, it was the father and then the son.
The father and then the son?
Yeah.
It caught my eye because of the yellow wheels.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that means it's a freewheeling edition truck, which makes it definitely a lot more desirable.
There's a kid that wants to buy like a bunch of parts off it, but
yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not parting it out.
No, it's too much.
My boss is on that to get it out.
Well, it's going to be out of here today. It's super cool. I'm glad I brought a wheel to put on it. Bed's not really terrible.
Listen, it didn't even happen again. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
But maybe salvageable. I don't know how it looks underneath this.
Yeah.
You know, I know they rot out.
Yeah, it's not horrific, but definitely looks awesome, man. And how long's it been sitting for?
He told me 95, 98?
1995 or 1998. Wow. And it was used as a plow truck, huh?
Yeah, no, I think he just did his driveway.
Just his driveway with it?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure.
That's awesome. Well, good deal, man. We got it bought. We're gonna get a wheel on it here and get it back to my place, and we'll look it over a little bit better. So stay tuned. All right, it is now 2 days later, and we got the truck back here at Dentside Depot. You are definitely gonna wanna stay tuned for the rest of this episode because this is gonna be a better story than I could ever have even imagined. I have cleaned the truck up. It was covered in moss and dirt. All 4 wheels were completely locked up. I had to pull the brakes off of all 4 wheels to just get it off the trailer. So that was a little bit of work in the hot sun, but that's all right. I got the snow plow off the front. I put the light covers back on it really quick. So let's walk around the truck here really quick. One of the tires were down, so I put a spare on, and that's pretty much it. You can see the vintage paint job, which is definitely really cool. But what really disguises it from what I thought would be a freewheeling truck, which you're going to see here in a second. And this gentleman, Kenny, was the name of the gentleman who owned it, called this truck the Saturday Night Special on the bug deflector there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's really cool. Saturday Night Special refers to a cheap gun, and also there was a Leonard Skinner song about Saturday Night Special, I believe. That was also a good one. So let's look on the inside here. And you can see we have the special trim, which is one of the dead giveaways of a freewheeling truck. This took the seat cover off, and to my surprise, the original seat is there. It has a couple rips. I still need to clean it up, obviously, but the whole original interior is there except for the driver's side instrument cluster, which is kind of strange. Put a non-AC cluster in an AC truck. But anyway, let's get to the most exciting part, and that is the Marti report here to let us know exactly what we got. And believe it or not, you know, I made the deal on this truck not knowing exactly what it was. I took a little bit of a risk here, and we struck gold. This is a holy grail truck, a 1 of 892. In my opinion, this particular truck is the single most desirable 79 F-150 that you could possibly buy. I would even argue more desirable than a Lariat. So let's go over every single thing on this truck that makes it a freewheeling package. And this truck is a freewheeling package B, which means it is the top freewheeling truck. You would have an A package and a B package. So let's go over everything on this truck here. I'm going to start with the basic stuff up at the top. We have a Mawa built truck, which is where my grandfather worked on that line. We have a 351. It's Raven Black, and by the way, we have the original stickers on the cab, the door tag, and the buck tag underneath the hood, which I will show you in a second. C6 automatic. It has limited slip 350 gears front and rear, and it was a New York DSO. So let's open up the hood here. All right, so you can see we have the 351. It did have a snowplow on it. That's the hydraulics for the snowplow right there. I did not take that out yet. There's your original buck tag, a Mawa style buck tag, which was stapled on there. Pretty unique to the Mawa plant, how they put the buck tag on. Apparently the motor is stuck. I haven't checked yet, but that's essentially what we got going on underneath the hood. Pretty much all original. The AC equipment's still all there. This truck's pretty much been untouched. Let's go over all the really fun stuff with this truck that is I'm gonna show you why this is a holy grail truck. First of all, we have the full airbrush tape stripes. Now this truck was repainted, and I love the paint on it. It just screams 1985. The hood looks particularly awesome. I absolutely love the way they did the hood. If the paint and body was better on this truck in condition wise, I'd probably just leave it. But the full paintbrush air stripes is talking about the chromatic tape stripes. So you would have the chromatic orange tape stripe going down the side, which in my opinion is the most desirable that you could get for sure. Ammeter and oil pressure gauges, that's nothing. But next up we have CB radios. As you know, if you watch my channel, CB radio on these trucks is extremely rare. Less than 1% of trucks got the CB radio. So how can we check and confirm that this truck did have the CB radio? Well, it's very simple. First of all, we have a telltale sign right here. You have the mic holder in the correct position. You would either see the mic holder right here, and in some trucks you would see it right here. The Kansas plant put them here, Mawa plant put them here. It just depends on the plant that you were at. Another telltale sign, and you can't really fake this, is we have the CB wire right here going down. Now let's look behind the seat and see if we have the box behind the seat. Okay, very common. The box would have been bolted in the back right here. You can still see the mounting hole right there, but the wire's been cut. Okay, wire's been cut. You can see that's the ground strap for the box. And the box is gone. That's very common to see the box is gone. It could have broken, or Ken didn't know what it was and just took it out. I don't know, needed more space for putting stuff in, but that's very common. That's okay. I have plenty of those. We can make a repair on that. I have the harnesses. We can probably even repair this harness and get the CB radio back up and running again. So that alone right there makes this truck awesome already, being CB radio. Next up, we have 10x15 raised white letter tires. I'm going to hold off on discussing that for a second. Next option is sports steering wheel. Now this truck did get the full 80s treatment, so of course he put the Grant GT steering wheel on it. I actually like the steering wheel a lot, to be honest. So the regular sports steering wheel is gone, but that sports steering wheel is also a fairly rare option on these trucks. I will put that back on, although I must say I really actually like this Grant steering wheel a lot. Even to this day, that's a great look. I have one on my Trans Am as well that looks just like this, except it's got the mahogany wheel, but it's definitely a cool steering wheel that I definitely like. But to have CB radio and sports steering wheel is awesome. Okay, we have security group with hood locking release. So you can see right here we have the hood locking release, and then on the dash, or on the glove box, we have the locking glove box. And you can see, I love, if you watch my channel and see my trucks, I love lining up like little magnets and little cool pieces of flair, and this one has an awesome one. If you ain't a trucker, you ain't it. That is totally cool. I will leave that on this truck permanently, and then it looks like some little police badge over there, but I will leave that. That is super cool. This guy was a trucker, which reminds me, another crazy thing I want to go over on this truck is that you can see right here, it was a fleet ordered truck. So what it means when you got a fleet ordered truck is that the person buying it was buying more than 5 trucks from Ford in that calendar year, and they qualified for fleet sales. So obviously this guy owned his own business, and he was buying a lot of trucks from Ford, so he got a sweet discount on this fully loaded freewheeler. Okay, next up, painted low mount Western mirrors. So these would be the mirrors that I like, and this is the 78 style mirror, but you could also get them in 79 on a freewheeler like this, and that's essentially what they looked like. They were painted black, so that's definitely really cool. That's one of my favorite, probably my favorite mirror, actually, to be honest. Next up is our next super rare option. Now, the handling package would have given you the dual front shocks, and that makes this super desirable to have the dual front shocks. That is super, super cool. I absolutely love that. And then in addition, with the handling package, you would from the factory get the 15x10 raised white letter tires, which you can see right here. That is also super cool, and I definitely love that as well. That's a really, really awesome option. This truck has so many options, it's crazy. Air conditioning, which you can see there. And that brings us to our next one. This is my first one ever with this, because it is the single rarest, well, it's the second, I'd say it's the second rarest option behind rear defroster, and that is AM radio with digital clock. Now, of course, this has a late 80s, early 90s Panasonic tape player in it at this point. But the AM digital radio clock, if you've seen my channel, that is an AM radio only that has the little red digital clock in it, which is super cool. I have one, so I will put that one in this truck, and that is a super crazy rare option on these trucks. It's probably, besides rear defroster, it has to be the second rarest option for sure. Visibility group and roof clearance lights. So you can see, get on the roof here, we still have the clearance lights in place. He's also added, I don't know what style of, I don't know what company visor that is, but it definitely looks trick, that's for sure. And I love the way they did the paint on it, and you can get a better look at the hood. The hood stripes are killer. I'd hate to, I'll probably honestly mount that hood on my wall in my shop along with the Saturday Night Special bug deflector, because that just looks freaking cool if you ask me. Gentleman also added the dual Hadley air horns, and while we're up here, there's your KC lights along with the aftermarket CB radio antenna. So maybe he was running an aftermarket CB radio in it at some point. I'd imagine he was, because this guy was obviously a trucker. Okay, tinted glass. Nothing, I mean, it's been extra tinted, so not really much going on with that. Cigar lighter or cigarette lighter, auxiliary transcooler, convenience group, which just means that we have, the delayed wipers, limited slip front diff, painted rear bumper, which just means it's painted black, and it's a custom package. Okay, so now let's go back and let's talk about Freewheeling Package B. So with a freewheeling truck, you would have either a package A, or you would have a package A with a package B added. Now, the package A would add a lot of cool things, and let's go over those here. Okay, and I am reading these freewheeling package options from right out of the Ford book here. Body tape stripe, multicolor accent. Of course, this truck's been repainted with your vintage 80s paint. But that's definitely a huge, obviously the biggest part of the freewheeling package is to get the tape stripes. Body color availability, you can get the freewheelers in white, black, silver, maroon, yellow, candy apple red, light sand, or dark brown metallic. This truck is raven black. low gloss black rear bumper. Front bumper also black, which was another giveaway when I saw this truck listed, that it was a freewheeler. Grill, charcoal headlamp doors, and grill with Argent surround areas. You can see this gentleman had the GTO covers on them, plus the little hoods for the headlights, which is also pretty neat. In the back of the truck, one of the big giveaways, this one doesn't have a tailgate on, but the applique on the back would have the orange surround on the inside, and that would be a giveaway that you have a freewheeling truck as well. Okay, let's talk about the interior here. Okay, So trim on the door, you would have the older Ranger XLT style door insert, but it would be silver, and then it would have the chrome with the orange accent going around the middle on the door panel. The seat would be black, silver with the red pinstriping. The dash would have trim on both sides, but it would have the orange accent. So that was definitely really cool. Definitely a big part of the package. Floor covering would have the black rubber mat. I took it out yesterday when I cleaned the truck up a little bit for filming. Now, the reason this truck is so incredibly special is because it is also a freewheeling package B. So all freewheelers could also come with a package B, and it featured all of the package A equipment, but it would add, first of all, the GT bar or also the roll bar. Now, this is not the factory roll bar for a freewheeling truck. My super cab is the correct freewheeling roll bar for 78, 79, and also 77. And you can see it would have three light mounting positions on the top, and it would bolt into the bed like so. That's a huge part of the freewheeling package B. Underneath the truck, you would get a spare tire lock. Ours is missing. The spare tire bar is obviously falling down underneath the truck. While we're under here, you can see that the chassis is in actually really nice condition. It looks like it was frame coated pretty early on. So, and he had like some red lights underneath. This truck was really tricked out back in the day. And then lastly, for the B package, you would also get your choice in 15x8 wagon wheels. You could have them 15x6 or 15x8, and they would be painted white or chrome yellow. And this truck, I have all 4 of the chrome yellow original wheels for it, and that was definitely the wheel that you wanted for these trucks. That was the look. Definitely really, really awesome. So this truck is exceptionally optioned. It essentially has all the best options that you would want across the board, making this a true holy grail F-150 4x4 short bed with all of the options. What a cool find, the Saturday night special freewheeling B package. Super proud and happy to bring you this truck today. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.